everybody, it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and I wanted to show you my project that I was working on for my design team project for Blue Moon Scrapbooking. And this is just a wooden calendar. It looks like this when I purchased it at my local craft store. And what I did was I used some Tattered Angels Suede Glimmer Mist, and I sprayed my entire box to kind of give it that stained wood look, but it's got a really cool gold kind of glimmer to it. And then for my, let me just take these out of here. For my blocks here, they just pop right out. And what I did was I also sprayed these with the Suede Tattered Angels Mist, but I also kind of gave it some other colors by adding some Sweet Clover and Electric Blue Glimmer Mist. And then I also used my Tim Holtz Walnut Stain Distress ink and kind of went along the edges of it too. So those are my just my calendar blocks, and each block has a date on it, and they just fit right inside here. Where I added my the paper collection I'm using for this was the Basic Gray Cappella, and is probably one of my absolute favorite collections. So what I did was I just kind of traced and trimmed out my paper in all of the sections, and some of the sections I used my pattern paper, and then the other sections I used some of the kind of distressed looking paper. And I also went ahead and used the Tim Holtz Walnut Stain Distress ink on the edges of this as well. I added a little, this is Maya Road pleated satin trim, and I added that right to the front. And then I just added this little Our Story, which is from the chipboard collection of the Cappella Basic Gray Cappella collection. So let me just stick these back in here, and we'll put my little blocks on here. And the blocks just turn to change the dates. So pretty. I love this. It's really cute, and I thought it would be a great gift for the holidays. I also made some cards, and I left them pretty blank. I didn't add any sentiments or anything like that on them. And they're just going to go ahead and stick in the back of the box, just like that. So what I thought I would do is just show you, I'm going to add 4 cards to this, 2 of each of the styles that I did here. So I thought I would just show you how I did that. So the first one we're going to work on is this one. And what I did was I cut out a piece of the Cappella pattern paper, so that's 5.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that to the front of my card. I'm just using some craft card stock, so I'm just going to run some adhesive right along the back. And then I'll line that up right down here in the bottom, just like that. And then I'll need some scissors just to trim off this little extra piece. I always cut these a little bit longer so that I know that it's long enough and I just have to trim it. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a piece of the Maya Road satin trim. And for this one I did it in the ivory color, and then I used the darker color paper with the flowers, I forget what they're called. Bloomers. I'm sorry, the Basic Gray Bloomers, which is also the Cappella collection. So I'm just going to go ahead and run a line of adhesive right across the edge of my pattern paper there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my satin ribbon. Okay, so that just went right across the top like that. And let me just make sure it's straight here. And then I'll just trim off this extra piece. Let me get my other scissors to do that. Just like that. And then I also rounded the corners, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my corner rounder. And then the last thing I did was, well, it's actually not the last thing, it's almost the last thing, is I took one of the bloomers, and instead of, it is already sticky on the back, but instead of using the adhesive that's on the back of this, I just added some dimensionals to the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put one big one and probably a small one down the bottom here. and then I just put that right over the pattern, or the trim. Just like that. So that is our card. And like I said, I left it without a sentiment so that, you know, if I decide to give this as a gift, I could later on stamp different sentiments like just because or with sympathy or something like that. So I kept these really basic. For this one, I also added some stitch lines using a white gel pen right around the top. I'm not going to do that in the video now, but I did go ahead and do that. And then my last card, let's just stick this one inside here. The last card is this one, and it's really basic and really simple. I'm just going to take my cardstock, and I went ahead and just punched 3 holes for my brads. I also rounded the corners on this as well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then I used the Cappella glazed brads for this, and all of the basic gray collections, I always buy the glazed brads because I just really like them the most. So let's see, I think I'm going to go with these 3 right here for this one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the 3 smaller brads in. For this one, I used a sticker from the sticker collection, but for this one, I'm going to go ahead and pick one of my stickers from the chipboard sticker collection for the Cappella. And let's see, which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm just going to pop that out, and I'm going to adhere this one, as I remove the backing, directly to the front of my card. And I also added the stitching on this one too using a white gel pen. So I'll just go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you what it all looks like. Okay, so that was my last card. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it right in the back here. And this actually fits a standard cards perfectly. So, and it fit 4 cards, and you can also put your 4 envelopes in here as well. So this would make a really great gift for somebody for the holidays. You can also make maybe a little mini album to put in the back or a little notebook or something like that. So, all right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching another episode of Creations with Christina. See you next time. Bye.